Our company name is Darwin Decor Designers. Our team members have Mao Sha Zhang, Yin Xingyu, Yin Shen, and Xiao Qi
Our team chose of the product including dining sets, bar tables, wheel stays, bar stool, and occasional performance stage. Product with regard to the client demand and the size of the venue. Most of the product and manufacturer use the Australian salt timber and the material supposed with some of the marble and glass. Also depended on the customer specifications, the daily data is very size and designed according to the in the setup and also giving the client is ability host a matrix of the dinners. The furniture industry Australian genders review with about the $1.6 billion in 2018. The shows that the market size in Australia the returnly largest growing anticipated, which the 13% analysts showing the market values is $1.6 billion by 2023. First, before the projector starts, a team of the elected of the client. The projector plan is draw the list of the materials needs the side of the procurement and the department. Next, the materials melody is priced awaiting the illustrations and ability. Finally, follows the ability of the hand of the client.
Marketing is usually done in the following ways: local newspaper, billboards, and advertising space on magazines, brochures, and flyers. In addition, consumers have also spread a good reputation for restaurants that are common and have therefore contributed to sales and marketing.
The country we choose is Croatia. Croatia is bordered by Bosnia, Slovenia, Hungary, and Montenegro, formerly part of Yugoslavia. Croatia gained independence in 1991 with a population of slightly over 4.2 million citizens. The majority of Croats possess basic and higher education. Moreover, Croatia averaged a GDP of 60 billion for the year 2018, therefore showing it is receiving positive economical favorance. Croatia has stipulated laws that regulate business within the country's commands. In regards to the furniture industry, still has put stop-gap measures to ensure that timber harvesting is done legally, and that all businesses which operate or aspire to operate within Croatia are licensed. Labor laws are also enforced, enabling the working force to work in conducive environment for a certain number of hours and within minimum wages. Regard to the half states cultural principle, Australia scores are lowly on the power distance dimension as the leaders are quite accessible. However, Croatia scores higher as the country is modeled around a hierarchical order where each person knows their place in the pecking order. Also, the Australians score higher on individuals as compared to Croatia. Australians tend to be more independent when it comes to behavior and decision making. Moreover, Australia ranking high in masculinity, but Croatia is a feminine country where the citizens prefer to work and live due to the feminine nature of the state. Less citizens are likely to engage in risky ventures such as entrepreneurship, a concept that Australians have grasped onto. Croats also show sense of restraint, showing that not much emphasis is put on entertainment as compared to Australia.
According to the Croatian Bureau of Statistics, more than 17% of the people comes from tourism. Opening shop in Croatia will allow for international recognition of the entity as Croatia is a tourism hub. By incorporating Australian design and workmanship perspective, hotel may wish to adapt extra design, and a similar trend will be translated in other potential branches. Due to the success of the present business sector in Darwin, a similar sector will be adopted in Croatian to allow for easy dissemination of activity and direct communication links between the staff and the leadership. Why choose the business operations sector? Because to allow for easy adaptation and the transition of leadership coming from the main branch in Darwin, Australia. The Prince Australia branch will help in administration of the new branch as some of the staff will be posted in Croatian to help in setting up and running it so as to replicate the success on both fronts. For evolution, training and on-the-job development will be carried out to ensure that all the personnel involved are up to par with the quality standard expected and parity observed during the selection process regarding work development. Leaders and employees must actively communicate, enhance understanding and trust, and make intercommunicate to ensure that the law is upheld. Pragmatic measures such as constant security of financial books, renewal of business permits, and observing social responsibility.
As a new country, it will be a capital instruction business with will cost $30 billion. It will facilitate the purchase of warehousing workshops, facility necessary costs. Additionally, the purchase of the set of emails of the real purpose will be changed and cost of the renewal recruitment program. The company will help to offset some of the overhead by the Darwin voucher and as the sum of the product may be accept curtain in the early step of expensive allow the purpose. The challenge of the remental and the region will be major of the considered general party qualification and the training and the development have to be considered. The manager of the request that the scholar shall hold and the will have the in the per expanded idea by the foundation and allowed in the environment in the new world. Also, it is the that the shareholder and the vendor page supposed to the cost of to allow the management undertake the whatever the necessary measure are the inquest of the matter called the successful. Here's the reference of our presentation. Thank you for listening.